Breaking news came out of Errol Spence finally giving his thoughts on the eye injury he suffered leading up to the Manny Pacquiao fight. Errol Spence revealed that he suffered an eye injury during a sparring session where he screamed, my eye," despite his left eye not being right. Spence told ESPN that he sparred again 2 days later. Then, during a pre-scheduled medical checkup in Dallas the following day, his fears were confirmed as the doctor said Spence's eye looked like dark clouds. So after consulting with the PBC founder Al Heyman, Spence immediately traveled to Las Vegas on August 8th for his comprehensive pre-fight medical testing, where Dr. Thomas F. Kelly told Errol Spence, "You got to get this fixed ASAP," which that's exactly what Errol Spence ended up doing. Errol Spence told ESPN, quote, "I'm grateful that I caught it. It's a career-ending injury for a lot of other boxers. A lot of them don't get checked up. Even if this would have happened early in training camp, I would have still tried to spar and things like that, and it probably would have damaged it permanently. I'm just grateful it happened when it happened. I caught it sooner than later, and I have another chance at what I love doing." Spence also added that the doctors believe the eye injury could have stemmed from the accident. Between 2 full training camps and 1 fight, it's possible the retina finally broke, which is exactly what I have initially reported to be the cause of the injury, as the sparring was the icing on the cake. Furthermore, Errol Spence also revealed that he was seeing like a shadow from his left eye. Quote, "I didn't want to say anything about that, but then the doctor asked me if something was wrong with my vision on the left side because my left eye looked like a shadow. If it gets to the center of the eye, it will get a lot worse." Spence said he was told by the doctor, if you would have got hit or anything, it would have got way worse than what it is. There was a UFC fighter who had the same thing, and he started training too early and lost his eyesight. He went blind in one eye. So Errol Spence added, "I can't do nothing but walk. I gotta sleep on my left side. I gotta put eye drops in. I know I can't spar for probably like 2 months, but I'm optimistic about when I can start jogging. Hopefully, that will be the next 3 weeks or so." Then Errol Spence finally responded to the criticism by Bernard Hopkins and social media on faking an eye injury by stating, quote, "It's freaking Manny Pacquiao, future Hall of Famer, future legend, undoubtedly top 10 all time, one of the greatest fighters of all time, and I drop out of a fight with him 2 weeks before the fight? Question mark. That don't make sense. Not to mention all the money we would make off pay-per-view. I called him out 2 years ago in the ring. Not like he handpicked me. I've been asking to fight him." End of the quote. Errol Spence also showed his medical records to ESPN and the WBC, proving everything he said is just like his nickname, the truth. But ironically, Bernard Hopkins believes Errol Spence faked an eye injury. However, he never questioned Tyson Fury for pulling Cap 19, nor Teofimo Lopez, despite the fact that Tyson Fury cheated against Deontay Wilder by tampering with his gloves, and ever since his method of cheating got exposed, Fury have been running from the trilogy for 2 years now. This man paid his lawyers millions of dollars to escape the rematch clause, and Bernard Hopkins never came out questioning Tyson Fury. However, he want to question Errol Spence. To make matter worse, Tyson Fury actually got busted faking COVID-19. Few days after Tyson Fury tested positive for COVID, he got caught drinking at bars with fans without a mask on. He also got busted gambling at the casinos, taking photos with fans without a mask on. Again, few days after he tested positive for COVID, which is physically impossible because I have COVID. I've been having COVID for more than a week now. And I could tell you guys from self-experience, my fever went up to 105 twice and it hardly goes down even after I take medicine. I also can barely make my daily videos. In fact, I haven't been dropping videos as usual because it's extremely tough to breathe proper, talk, and deal with the fever all at the same time. So I know Tyson Fury faked COVID-19 for him few days after he tested positive for COVID-19 to be out in the casinos and drinking at bars with the fans without a mask on. We are required by law to quarantine for 10 days minimum. Therefore, how come Mr. Bernard Hopkins never questioned Tyson Fury, even though he was busted lying? Meanwhile, he questions the truth, Errol Spence, who never once lied or faked an injury. See, what it really comes down to when it comes to sellouts like Bernard Hopkins, he follows the old media code to a T, which is, it's always green light on the fighters on the coincidental list because they have the complexion for the neglection. Meanwhile, it's always red light on the fighters on the hope list since they have the complexion for the connection to get the ultimate protection. This is the reason why Hopkins will accuse Errol Spence of everything and anything, but won't even dare to open his mouth about Tyson Fury, since that is not accepted when it comes to the sell or not code. With the facts being laid out, drop your thoughts in the comment section below, subscribe below, and click on the notification bell to be continued on the next episode of Akhi, Akhi TV. Peace, and I'm on to the next one.
What was your thoughts on Hopkins hinting that Errol Spence may be faking an eye injury? And one thing, you know what I'm saying?
I really think nothing about it, but I think that most people make a statement. Their closest taste to reality is themselves. And so I think that maybe it was something he would have done. See what I'm saying? Because I mean, because from a hypothetical perspective, right, you cannot. I mean, you can say what you want to say, but at the same time, I think that, man, this question, when you talk about other people, you don't know them, but the assumption is that the closest reference you have to reality is yourself. Meaning that maybe that was something that you probably would have did. I mean, I'm not saying he would have or wouldn't. I'm saying that to say that doesn't say anything about Errol Spence. It didn't say more about Bernard Hopkins.